In a world of rising empires and collapsing kingdoms, one religious order silently shaped history from within. Its members dressed in simplicity, yet held the intellectual power to influence rulers, educate elites, and transform entire civilizations. Today, we uncover the hidden secrets of the Jesuits, the order that mastered knowledge, diplomacy, and global influence for more than 5 centuries. It all began with a wounded soldier, Inigo de Loyola. While recovering from a battlefield injury, Loyola turned away from warfare and embraced a spiritual mission. He gathered a small group of like-minded companions in Paris, bound by a shared vision. In 1540, Pope Paul III officially approved the Society of Jesus. But this was no ordinary religious group. Absolute obedience to the Pope, rigorous intellectual discipline, and an unwavering missionary zeal would forge a global force unlike anything Europe had ever seen. Their mission wasn't just to save souls. It was to build a new world through faith and intellect. While other orders often waited for followers to come to them, the Jesuits went out to the world. Their expansion was strategic, bold, and incredibly effective. In Asia, they didn't just preach. They immersed themselves in powerful and ancient cultures. Matteo Ricci, for example, mastered Mandarin and engaged Chinese scholars with astronomy, philosophy, and mathematics, earning the respect of the imperial court. In Japan, Francis Xavier introduced Christianity into a complex society shaped by warriors, honor, and isolation. He adapted his approach, understanding that to be heard, he first had to listen. Across the Americas, Jesuits built organized settlements known as reductions, particularly famous in Paraguay. These communities blended faith, education, and a unique social structure, often protecting indigenous populations from colonial exploitation. Their ability to learn local languages, adapt to customs, and defend the rights of native communities made them both respected by many and deeply feared by colonial powers, who saw them as a threat to their authority. But such influence would soon raise alarms among global powers, who began to see the Jesuits not just as missionaries, but as a rival force. The greatest weapon of the Jesuits was not the sword, it was knowledge. With hundreds of colleges and universities spreading across continents, the order educated generations of nobles, administrators, scientists, and intellectuals. Their teaching methods, known as the Ratio Studorum, became a blueprint for modern education, emphasizing critical thinking, rhetoric, and a deep understanding of the humanities and sciences. Jesuit astronomers charted the skies from observatories they built around the world. Their mathematicians contributed to scientific progress, and their cartographers helped map the unexplored corners of the globe. They understood that controlling the flow of knowledge was a way to shape the future. With their vast educational networks forming the elites and their missions influencing distant lands, it was only natural that the Jesuits became trusted advisors to kings and queens. Their deep knowledge of global affairs and their refined diplomatic skills made them indispensable in political negotiations. Many European courts relied on Jesuit confessors and counselors to help shape critical decisions involving colonies, trade routes, and international alliances. They operated within the very heart of power, guiding rulers with a mix of spiritual counsel and strategic advice. But every source of power invites suspicion, and soon, the Jesuits were seen not only as priests, but as a global political force operating in the shadows. The first major blow came from Portugal. In 1759, the powerful Marquis of Pombal, viewing the order as a state within a state, accused the Jesuits of political manipulation and economic interference, expelling them from all Portuguese territories. The dominoes began to fall. France and Spain soon followed, driven by a growing fear of the order's intellectual power, international network, and immense wealth. The pressure from Europe's most powerful monarchies grew so intense that in 1773, Pope Clement XIV, under immense political duress, officially suppressed the Society of Jesus worldwide. For many, it seemed like the definitive end of the most influential order in the world. Schools were closed, its missions dismantled, and its members scattered. But history had other plans. In 1814, after more than 4 decades in exile, the Jesuits were formally restored by Pope Pius VII. The world had changed, but the order's core mission had not. Almost immediately, they began to reclaim their place in education, missions, and intellectual debate. Throughout the 19th and 20th centuries, Jesuit universities like Georgetown in the United States and others across Europe became global references for academic excellence. Their influence spread once again, not through royal courts, but across classrooms, laboratories, and social missions dedicated to the poor and marginalized. Today, the Jesuit order remains a significant force, active in education, science, philosophy, and social justice. Their network spans more than 100 countries, with thousands of members continuing their legacy. And for the first time in history, Jesuit became Pope Francis, reigniting discussions about the modern influence of this ancient order. From advocating for refugees to running world-class observatories, their work continues to adapt to the challenges of the 21st century. The history of the Jesuits is marked by an extraordinary combination of faith, knowledge, and power. It's the story of an order that shaped kingdoms, influenced empires, and changed the course of global history. Its secrets remain preserved in ancient libraries, in private letters held in archives, and above all in its lasting influence on education and thought. The Jesuits proved that ideas, when organized with discipline, adaptability, and brilliance, can survive for centuries, transforming the world in ways seen and unseen. If you found this journey into history fascinating, be sure to like this video, share it with others, and subscribe to our channel for more hidden stories that shaped our world. Thanks for watching.